Welcome. Hello. My name's Dr. Greg Hicks, and this is Closing the Gap. I serve as the Director of Professional Affairs for Hoya Vision Care, but I'm also in practice. So, just like you, I'm involved with direct patient care each and every week. You know, independent eye care practice faces lots of new challenges each and every day. The eye care market is constantly evolving, to be sure. Margins are tighter, third-party mysteries persist, and this creates new pressures in competition and with our capture rate. When it comes to lenses, there are so many choices for our patients, and it's really quite confusing for them. But it's confusing to the doctors and the staff in our offices as well. Today, I'm pleased to share Hoya's Close the Gap program with you and your practice. If the entire team in your office embraces this program, I'm confident that you're going to see profound differences in your practice capture rate and also with your success at prescribing premium products for your patients. We're going to keep this short. The program's very straightforward. Here's our agenda for this webinar. First of all, we're going to talk about what's this Closing the Gap stuff all about, and then what's different about this program. We're going to go over some milestones that you'll have to reach throughout the program, and then share with you some extensive training and tools to get the job done. And then lastly, we're going to go over managing some of your expectations. So, what's this purchase gap stuff all about? 70% of all eye exams are performed by independent eye care professionals. Independent eye care practices, however, are only providing 50% of the total eyeglass lens and frame sales. This creates a gap, the purchase gap. What's that tell us? It's not really about getting more patients into your practice. It's about getting the patient to stay in your practice for the entire eye care experience and to purchase their lenses from their independent eye care provider. This Close the Gap program is all about why sales are walking out your door and about ideas for keeping those purchases inside of your practice. Hoya hired an outside agency, and this agency was commissioned to do some extensive research and conduct a number of focus group studies. Our study really had only one clear objective: to understand how eye care patients approach buying lenses, particularly premium lenses. Here's what we learned. Most eye care patients don't know the first thing about their lenses. They don't even realize there are different brands or different lenses or that premium even exists. Consumers see lenses as commodities. A lens is a lens is a lens. And why is that? It's because most doctors don't even take the time to talk about the lens or the brand while they're still in the exam room. Now, in these group responses, each group was a mix of eye care patients who recently purchased lenses. And this is really kind of fun. Here's a sample of what we heard. I think these are Coach. Does that mean just the frame? I have no idea on the lens part. You always know the brand of your frames, but they never tell you the brand of lenses, do they? They're definitely prescription progressives. I'm just not sure of the brand. Or, I don't recall the brand at all. They don't even give you a choice on lenses, do they? An awareness gap is what causes the purchase gap. Doctors aren't explaining the differences between lens brands when they're in the chair, when the patient's in the chair. We found opticians are focusing on the wrong options as well, like lens treatments and designer frames rather than talking about what's different about the lenses that you provide in your office. And a significant number of patients find themselves leaving your office with some buyer's remorse because they're not understanding the value of their purchase. So our research conclusions: why does the purchasing gap exist? Our patients don't speak the language of optics. They view lenses as commodities. They don't even know premium lenses exist. And so therefore, what do? They decide on price alone. It all starts at your practice. You have the power to make the changes. In summary, our focus group studies showed us that premium lenses intrigued consumers. When participants realized they don't know which brand they wore, they became curious. They wanted to know the difference. We learned that it's the awareness gap that actually causes the purchasing gap. Doctors aren't explaining the lenses or the differences in the exam room. Opticians focus on the wrong options. Patients don't speak our language. They view lenses as commodities. They don't even know premium exists. So what do? They make their decisions on price alone. I'm sure that your office is much like mine. Each week, you receive boxes in the mail with new displays, new product, new brochures, new point of purchase materials, and you're really not sure how to use it. So what's it do? It ends up in the closet or under the counter or out in the garage someplace. What's different about this program? Well, this time we're going to change up the order. We're going to make sure we're trained with what's going on before the materials are even mailed out to you. Our plan of attack: doctors, staff, and especially our patients, they all need to understand one thing: all lenses are not created equal. The Close the Gap program is all about training and tools to help you deliver that message, to help you increase your capture rate, help you prescribe more premium lenses, and help you with some practice growth. So we'll go into each one of the milestones in detail. Here's an overview. First of all, attend the welcome presentation. Well, that's what you're doing right now, so check that one off. Next, respond to Dr. Jacobs' request for training date and review the goals. Third, meet with your Hoya Territory Sales Manager for product and reporting support. 4, complete the initial training with Dr. Jacobs. Next, you will then receive the Close the Gap POP materials in the mail, and someone in your office needs to be designated at displaying those Close the Gap POP materials in their correct place. Then there's a 1-month check-in with Dr. Jacobs and a follow-up session with Dr. Jacobs after that. Then there's a report back on the effectiveness of the Close the Gap program in your office. Who's Renee Jacobs? Well, she was in private practice, but then established and founded the Practice Management Depot. She'll really key in on your key performance indicators, KPIs, and she'll review those extensively with you. She'll go into invoice reviews with you and then do role play with real patient profiles. She will share with you tools and methods to increase your profitability. Most importantly, Dr. Jacobs gets results. So here's one quick example of how Dr. Jacobs helped one Hoya account improve their AR, their anti-reflective sales percentage. These results show how a practice that was averaging about 40% anti-reflective sales per month grew to more than 60% per month. Dr. Jacobs has similar results for high index and freeform sales in your practice as well. Notice how over several months, the numbers stay consistently near that 60% mark. This is key. Implement patient education strategies that raise your monthly average. That's what she's all about. This business is a model of effective implementation, and this is why Hoya has brought you Dr. Jacobs, so you too can successfully implement. The training philosophy: successful practices are great at executing a cycle and a set of objectives based on the following principle. The patient will receive the lens package that provides for their very best vision and comfort. This is not about selling the patient anything they don't need. It's providing them the very best. To make this happen, successful practices set measures, practice their tactics, and then monitor the results. The key is everyone matters and everyone participates. The doctors, the opticians, the techs, the front desk. The training's convenient. It involves interactive screen sharing and two-way video conference via GoToMeeting. It feels live, but without the hassle of travel. Role plays will draw everyone in and keep them engaged throughout the program. Now, let's go over some expectation and upfront preparation. Your territory sales manager is involved and will assist you with the program, assist you with goal setting, and assist you with reporting support. Now, we'll need for you to be in compliance with a HIPAA agreement. So that will be sent to your practice. You need to sign it and fax that back to Hoya headquarters. There's some pre-workshop preparation you should do as well. Do things like test your internet connection and test sound and video and the number of people that can be around each workstation. You don't want to get to your training session and still be figuring that stuff out. You make sure you complete all the pre-workshop activities that will be assigned to you by Dr. Jacobs for each participant. Class size is limited to 9, and this is important. Role play effectiveness diminishes when we start getting over 9 people. So a 10th person pushes your practice to a second $300 class. There's no exceptions to that. So go to the Practice Management Depot website. Then log in as a member and use the Hoya CPN promo code. Complete the course schedule request and then sign the HIPAA documents and send them in. Dr. Jacobs and Hoya headquarters can then start exchanging data after that document's been signed. You will receive a PayPal invoice for $300 for the first 9 participants. And if all attend the class and all complete the weekly individual measures, you will be reimbursed by Hoya. Dr. Jacobs will report on your compliance. Now, the key performance indicators that we're going to really be looking at in this program are, first of all, working at increasing your capture rate percentage. Second, increase your progressive freeform percentage, as well as, thirdly, increasing your single vision freeform percentage. And then we're going to work at increasing your anti-reflective sales percentage as well. Now, just a reminder, capture rate is something that you have to calculate because we don't know how many exams you're doing. Capture rate's calculated by the total number of glasses or pairs of lenses that you sold, divided by how many comprehensive exams you did. That's what gives you your capture rate percentage. Now, your territory sales manager is going to be available to help assist you in lots of ways. First of all, with product knowledge, lunch and learns, sales aids, scripting, and role play support. You may be even interested in putting some individuals in your office through our Certified Technology Expert program. Your TSM can go over different alliance programs that might be available for you and, of course, review with you, if you want, pricing strategies. Often, your territory sales manager can be a key resource in evaluating the third-party care programs that are available in your office and strategies for lens sales with those third-party care programs. Lean on your territory sales manager for local market forces and what's going on around you. And then, of course, for reporting support of the numbers. Now, you already got your numbers in the FedEx package that was delivered to your office. And your TSM can go over this Cognos report with you as you evaluate your key performance indicators. Now, I want to direct you to some of the tools that we're going to use in the Closing the Purchase Gap program. And I want to introduce you to the marketing purchasing funnel. And in that funnel, I want you to imagine that your patients have to go through each stage of this funnel. Starts out with the awareness phase, goes into the consideration phase, then the preference phase. Next is the purchase phase, and you wrap up with the retention phase. And our researchers have really showed us that this fits really, really nicely in an optometric office. That awareness phase is when someone is making the decision to schedule an appointment with your office. The consideration phase is once they're there and in your reception area. The preference phase is back in the exam room with the doctor, and the purchase phase obviously out in your dispensary or eyewear gallery. Then the retention phase is when they circle back around to pick up their eyewear. So again, the first phase of the funnel is the awareness phase. This is when your patients are preparing to make an appointment. So some tools available for you there are some door decals to alert the patient that your practice is a Hoya Lens partner, similar to Intel Inside or Chamber of Commerce identity branding. There will be patient brochures, all new brochures, available at check-in so patients can become familiar with the benefits of Hoya and premium branding. Products and branding that they can't get just anywhere. Use your TSM to assist you with social media. Hoya has lots of content to help you with Hoya branding and to assist with premium sales. Check out HoyaVision.com. It's a great source for your patients to learn more about Hoya lenses. Make sure it's linked to your website. And then also, we'll want to make sure that you're on our ECP locator, which helps bring patients to your location. Your territory sales manager can assist and make sure you're prominently displayed on that as well. The second phase, and some tools that are available for you there, is in your reception area, the consideration phase. Once the patient enters your office, these tools will help educate them about what makes Hoya brand lenses different and what's different about lenses at your practice. Items like the vision test cards, which help reinforce the message. Table tents will be available for display, which can also show the benefits of premium lenses and Hoya lenses. And we also have an extensive set of videos that you can use to view in your reception area. The third phase, our researchers tell us this perhaps is the most important step in the patient's path to purchase. And that's the prescribed lenses by their doctor, their trusted advisor, in the exam room. Let them know why advanced features of Hoya brand lenses will bring the greatest benefit to their vision needs. Make the lens design a part of the prescription. You may want to look at exam lane posters that we can supply to help convey the benefits of quality lenses and what's different about the lenses that you recommend. We have sales sheets that can provide even more specific information about some of the designs, and you can use that as a tool when you interact with your patients. And you might want to use our RX pad, which includes lens designs and branding, not just their prescription. Hoya branded materials, Hoya branded treatments, and Hoya branded designs. The next phase of the purchase funnel is the purchase itself in your eyewear gallery or your optical dispensary. We have a series of some new dispensing mats which can review lens benefits. This is where you can have some technology wow with perhaps Opticam or our new iPad Spectangle digital measuring device. You can also use the Hoya HVC viewer to show patients the benefits of different lens designs, materials, and treatments. Take a look at our e-dashboard, which the territory sales manager can assist you with as well, which demonstrates the benefits right next to the lens designs and materials and treatments. But what I'm showing you here is the receipt packet. Remember I told you about combating buyer's remorse. And so with this packet, it helps reinforce the benefits of what the purchase was. They can take this receipt packet home that specifically talks about the lenses that were prescribed and purchased. And they can share this with their friends or their family or review it themselves to combat buyer's remorse. The last phase of the funnel, the retention phase, the pickup. Don't deliver the glasses in a lab tray. Remind patients of the Hoya premium product, talk about their purchase and their premium lenses, and then display that and allow them to take it home in a nice branded package. The shopping bag reinforces the quality of the experience and validates the decision that they have invested in quality lenses, premium lenses, something they can't get just anywhere. So let's manage some expectations. You are making a commitment to participate in the program. That means attending and being fully engaged in the training, implementing the training, and then displaying the POP materials as recommended. Hoya is making the commitment to you to provide your practice with training, materials, data tracking, and all this is about a $3,500 value. But you know what's really cool? This Close the Gap program has some neat cash rewards for the winners. And folks, we're not talking hundreds of dollars in cash rewards. We're talking thousands of dollars in cash rewards. The number of practices that end up participating and the number of practices that finish will really determine just how big some of those cash rewards are. Stay tuned. We're going to give you more on that as the program rolls along. Don't forget to log into Dr. Jacobs' website and complete the course request. Sign the HIPAA document and get that in so things can get started. And then get your first training class scheduled. On behalf of Hoya Vision Care, thank you for your participation. I really look forward to hearing some feedback from you, but even more importantly, I want to hear the success with closing the gap in your practice. Take care.